Are you looking for a natural way to improve your health that has been around for hundreds of years? We are so excited to have Dr. Emma and Dr. Connor join us today on the Holistic Business Network and the Feel Well podcast. I have with me Cordera Tiart from Manifest Her Media. She's also the creator of Feel Well magazine. And we are so excited to have a conversation with Dr. Emma and Dr. Connor about what it is that they do. They're a husband and wife partnership in chiropractic, and they are just killing it in the Fort Lauderdale area. So we're so excited to have them on. Natural health is our thing, so we're excited to have this conversation. So first of all, I'm going to have you guys just quickly share a little bit about you and how you got started in this field of chiropractic.
Of course. You want to start out?
Sure. So Dr. Emma and Dr. Connor, we started with our profession about 5 years ago. My husband, his parents are both chiropractors, so always grew up in a very holistic household. Me as well. I started getting adjusted when I was 3 weeks old, and we experienced firsthand the power of chiropractic and what it had in our lives. So we both knew that we always wanted to help people. And then when we got to undergrad, we knew that chiropractic was the way that we wanted to do that. And so we worked in the profession for about 3.5 years. And then about 1.5 years ago, we decided to open our own practice in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And we've been having so much fun helping the community function and feel a lot better.
Yeah, and it's amazing. We're even more excited about our profession, as the years go by and we continue practicing, we continue to see some amazing benefits from chiropractic care. And we're very grateful that we're here in the downtown Fort Lauderdale area to take care of the community.
So when I met Dr. Connor and Dr. Emma, I just loved their energy. I will tell you, chiropractors are some of the most high energy, enthusiastic doctors you'll meet. I just love them because they love helping people, and it shows. They are just a living testimony to what they do. So I'm so happy that they are a part of our Holistic Business Network membership. They are just lighting it up in downtown Fort Lauderdale, which is full of a lot of corporate and young entrepreneurs. And I know that you guys have a background in athletics, and you also focus on athletics and trying to help athletes improve their health while they're going through all the stresses of competing. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so last year we actually ended up partnering with the Fort Lauderdale Flyers. They're a professional men's volleyball team. And they just got put together last year, and it's been amazing watching them grow and to really see what they're capable of. And definitely with our background with athletics, definitely with Dr. Emma, you're looking at a D1 cross country and in track athlete right now. Myself, I grew up playing lacrosse and soccer, and definitely understanding the biomechanics of the body and how we can really help optimize performance. Definitely within these athletes where you understand where they are and where they want to go. So it's been an amazing journey, and definitely check out the Fort Lauderdale Flyers in Fort Lauderdale.
And it's been a lot of fun. So a lot of people don't know. So chiropractic care, of course, is about back pain and neck pain. And of course, we help people with pain all the time. But a lot of people don't even know that it goes as far as helping improve athletic performance. So getting regularly adjusted also does help with coordination, balance, stability, speed, and strength. So all different important aspects of becoming a really good athlete. More importantly, getting regularly adjusted can help decrease your risk of injuries. So especially when we're dealing with higher level athletes, we want to make sure that they're able to practice and obviously get out on the court and on the field. So it's been really exciting to see them limit their injuries. And then we also take care of all different types of athletes and weekend warriors. So even if you're just doing the couch to 5K or just wanting to stay in shape, getting adjusted can really help limit your risk of injuries, and then just to help improve your overall performance too. We take care of a lot of young professionals. What happens with these younger professionals we see mostly is a lot of postural issues. They're going all of a sudden to sitting, maybe 8 to 12 hours a day, and then they are, of course, starting to feel the effects of that with neck pain, migraines, and even low back and sciatica. So we really help all these people, of course, be able to feel better and function better. And then that can also, of course, optimize their performance like professionally too.
So Dr. Emma, you mentioned getting your first adjustment at 3 years old. That's wild and bananas. Please tell me why your parents decided that they were going to get you adjusted at 3 years old. What was going on?
So I actually was 3 weeks old. And so what happened, the story, I guess my chiropractic story is that my mom was rear-ended a few times within a course of a year or two. So she started developing, I would say, debilitating migraines. She went to a few different doctors, finally found a really good chiropractor, and then in her experience, within a month or two, all of her migraines were gone. And so then I was born a few years later, and then they had explained to her the importance of getting your babies checked. Of course, the birthing process can be traumatic. There's a lot of pulling and twisting of the neck, and then also the baby can be in different positions. Not obviously, there could be a breech position or different things. So it's really important to get the baby checked within the first few weeks or month of being born, just to make sure that all the vertebrae and everything is in alignment, because we want things to grow properly. A lot of times, so for me, I was healthy, but it was just more of a good checkup. And then I received wellness chiropractic care throughout my childhood and into my adulthood. For me, it was more preventative, which is great. And then for a lot of the kids that we see, babies that are born, a lot of them experience torticollis, where it's contracted muscles on the neck from that pulling or being in a different position in utero. And then we also help patients with, kids also can come in for digestive issues. A lot of our babies experience constipation and colicky. So those are also two things that we can help with as chiropractors.
So Dr. Connor, our digestive issues chiropractic care can impact our digestive issues for the better?
Absolutely. That's a really good question. When people think of chiropractic, they just think of, I have a headache, I have some neck pain, some back pain, and chiropractic has been shown obviously to do miracles with that. But a lot of people don't understand that chiropractic itself is more about power to the organs. It's really being able to connect your brain to every cell, tissue, organ, and gland in the body. So definitely there's some areas in the spine, if we're talking about digestive health, which is around that first and second and third lumbar vertebra in the lower back, the upper portion of the lower back, where those spinal nerves that come right through those vertebrae go straight to innervating most of the mid to lower digestive organs. So really, if we have an issue with those vertebrae, if they're shifting or buckling or pinching on those nerves, then that may be really interfering with those messages that are supposed to be going to the brain down to those digestive organs. So really focusing on those areas. And typically we tend to have some great results with that.
I'm thinking about my mother and how she has like these lower back challenges a lot of times. And I'm always telling her, just like a mom, I'm like, I think you need to take a poop. And she says, no, I'm okay. And then one time we did like a cleansing of her, like a digestive thing, because she always says, it feels like a lower disc issue. She's like, it feels like a disc issue. But then we got her to take a massive poop. And then she started feeling better. And as you're speaking, it kind of sounds like, oh, wow, maybe she just needs to visit a chiropractor because she's having some digestive issues that feel like a bone issue. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? I know you can't diagnose. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and definitely for most people that we do see, they tend to come in with lower back pain,
Right.
and we'll educate them and we'll show them some neurological charts to say, okay, this is the area where you're feeling pain. So now let's really trace that spinal nerve to see what that innervates and some common issues that can come up from that specific spinal nerve. And we come to find more often than not that they can actually be correlated with pain at that issue and some issues with the organs that those nerves innervate.
Definitely. I think chiropractic is a part of digestion, definitely. And I think you got to get her in for an assessment.
Wow.
Yeah. It's all connected. So that's why we try to educate our patients that, so when people typically come to our office, I'd say the majority of them have some sort of musculoskeletal complaint, whether it be, I want to improve my posture, I'm starting to slouch, I notice I'm slouching, or I'm noticing I'm getting headaches or whatever, some tension in my shoulders. But then it becomes so much more, because really the best adjustments you get are the ones when you're feeling good, because that's when the power of healing really starts to take over. And you think about really what we're doing is we're adjusting the spine so we can allow the brain and body to communicate better, and it just can talk better. And if our bodies can talk better, we're better able to adapt to our environments. Our immune system's better, digestion is better, sleep is better, just all these things are improving. So it's pretty cool. So digestion is definitely a big thing that we see in our office.
I've been going to a chiropractor for probably a little less than 20 years. At first, it was whenever I got injured in a gym. I was like, oh, let me go to a chiropractor. I can't move my neck. But over the years, now I do it more for maintenance, for self-care. And he's just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and the baby was breech, and he was like a sandwich in her stomach. His head and his legs were together. So I could imagine his spinal issues and how he might feel relief from getting an adjustment now at 3 weeks old. So I'm so glad that you guys share this, because I don't know if enough people know. And let me tell you, I'm always deep down in the rabbit hole of health. So whenever I just learn of something, I'm like, we got to let people know about that. It's so cool. Let me tell you, Dr. Emma and Dr. Connor, they're on it when it comes to promoting their business, getting out there, meeting new people. I just love them. That you guys really get yourself out there. You attend different networking events to let people know you're in the area. You also are doing some collaborations that I would love for you to share a little bit more about, because I think that can help some other business owners think of ideas and ways they can partner. And then also some of the philanthropy that you're doing. And philanthropy is so good for our soul, but at the same time, it does give you some recognition in what you do. So please share, some of the things that you guys are doing.
So we've been really teaming up with some local events, whether they be local markets right down the street, or some local gyms, or even some health food stores, with communicating with them and joining some sort of partnership. And then if they'd allow us, we'll actually come in and we'll hang out for a day, and we'll bring a massage table and really just explain to people what we do, answer any questions they may have. And we've been having a lot of fun going to a lot of different places in the area.
Yeah. So what we're doing this summer, so I think, well, first of all, the Holistic Business Network group has been a life changer and game changer.
Absolutely.
That's been so amazing. We have met so many wonderful people from it. And what I think has been so great about that is it's helped us build kind of a provider list for our patients, because we are with patients, we're chit-chatting, of course, about what's going on, but then they might have other questions, like, do you know a good doctor in the area? Do you know a good, I need a new primary doctor, a PT. So it's been awesome just being able to connect and find people we can trust. And we feel more comfortable referring to people that we know and we trust. So that's been great, building a network, just not only for us, but to help our patients. And then the second thing, yes, doing different pop-up events is great. So what we do is we offer free spinal screenings for the community. And so typically we're doing these out of some sort of health food store, gyms such as Pure Barre, Cycle Bar. They've all been great. So we'll just pop up there for an hour or two. And then anyone that wants to get their spine checked, we do it for free. And then this summer, we've been doing a fun I guess for philanthropy, we're donating money to big brothers and big sisters. We always like to try to help out anything with kids or animals. So we've done a few different things along the way where we might have like discounted adjustments or anything that we've made from a certain day. We donate a certain percentage to different charities, and usually it will be with animals. So we've done one with well, I forget the name of it, but a few different ones in the area, rescue shelters. So
and I like, but the moment I met you guys in person, I was like, oh my gosh, they're my people. There's a certain like temperament and personality that we have that's just common in our network, and you guys definitely have it. You just sign from within. So I love all these things you're doing.
I remember when we started the Holistic Business Network, when Michelle started the Holistic Business Network, I started really learning a lot more about chiropractors. It wasn't that I knew all of these things about chiropractors. I was much like everyone else, where I thought that you only dealt with like you after an injury.
Right.
Right. And then my mind started to open up to all of the gifts that chiropractors have. And so one of the pieces of research that I found out was that chiropractors actually used to be the foundation of holistic healthcare. And it was normal for chiropractors way back when to take care of babies and mothers who are giving birth. Like chiropractors were on the scene before medical doctors or anything like that. So it feels like there's a shift and a movement happening for the chiropractic industry where you all are having like a resurgence, kind of like reclaiming your power, taking back your power again. Would you agree with that, or what are your thoughts?
I think absolutely we agree with that, and definitely with the culture we live in, everything is so fast paced, and you know, if someone were to get some sort of an injury and it happened multiple times, and they're potentially given some medications, but yet they find over time that that may not necessarily get down to the root cause of an issue. And really people opening up their minds to looking for different health avenues that can actually really help them from within, rather than taking something externally and you know, more or less maybe putting a bandage on some symptoms.
I agree with that. And I think too, what you said is so true. And I think what's happening in our culture is with the increased technology. And I mean, obviously we're going in a different direction with AI. And I think now more than ever, we're more disconnected from nature. And that can be a really big problem, obviously, for our bodies. And I think as holistic providers and practitioners, you know, all together, we're realizing that. And that's one thing I love about chiropractic care, is because it's about healing from within. And so that's something I think, yes, definitely there's more of a push. I think more people, I mean, our country, our society is sick as ever. And people are looking for alternative ways to heal and get more to the root cause. So I definitely think there's a push more for holistic practitioners, and chiropractic just falls right in with that. I think what we try to do is, or what chiropractic really is about, is creating more strength from within and creating a stronger body, so we're better equipped for our environment. It's not changing the environment, but it's making us stronger from within. So yeah, I definitely think there's a push for that now.
What were the thoughts and conversations that you all were having that made you believe that we're going to do this and we're going to make an even bigger impact? Like, you guys are some of the crazy ones, right? You dared to do the unthinkable and the impossible. So what were you thinking and doing and going through and speaking to one another about that made you believe we can do this?
Ooh,
I think having, that is a really good question. I think really before we opened up our practice, we practiced at some different locations, and we saw some amazing things happen with what we were doing, and really taking the jump to opening up our own practice where we can spend as much time with a patient as we want, and we can treat someone with exactly what we think would be best. I think that really made us transition to think that, based upon our experience with helping so many people, maybe in some limiting ways, that if we can branch out and create something for ourselves, then we can just blow it up, and we can help as many people as we can. And you're right, we are on a mission.
Yeah.
There's too many people sick out there, and
Yeah.
we know that what we have to provide can definitely help them in some way or another.
I agree. I know it's such a, it's a crazy question, because I think I think a lot of chiropractors go to school with the intention of eventually opening their own, but obviously, yeah, it's a big jump to own your own business than to take that risk, obviously. I think our path, like our mission was so strong, and like our vision was strong, because what we're trying to do is help people. And so that obviously, no matter what, that kind of drives us every day we just want to help people feel better. And we know that I don't know what those stats are, but 8 or 9 out of 10 people are going to have some sort of pain throughout their lifetime, back pain. And we know that everyone needs chiropractic care. So it's just a matter of getting out there and communicating it and helping people realize that.
What is a person going through in their life at this moment to let them know, after seeing this, hey, I think it might be time for me to go pay Dr. Connor and Dr. Emma a visit?
I think, and we've seen now that a lot of people come into the office, and we go over a thorough history during our consultation, and time again, we ask them about these issues that they may have, and more often than not, they say, oh, I just have the normal headaches and the normal aches and pains. And let me tell you, no pain is normal.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so we definitely, we want to help people understand that pain is just a way for the body to tell itself that something is wrong, and maybe some external help needs to be sought out.
Yeah, I think anyone that's feeling the weight and like the stress of life should come in. Pretty much everyone should come in to get their spine checked, just even to have a good evaluation, because you want that information. But I think, yeah, stress is the main thing we see in our office now, whether it be physical stress or just emotional stress, because then we hold that in our bodies. A lot of the physical pain that people feel is actually from emotional stress. So I think if you're feeling stressed, come into our office. And because one thing about chiropractic care is we help work on balancing the sympathetic and parasympathetic system. So what happens is a lot of people right now are living in like that fight or flight state, that's sympathetic. So chiropractic helps guide us into more of the parasympathetic, which is like the rest digest.
And I love something that you said, Dr. Connor, because some people feel that the things they're feeling all the time are normal, like having a headache. Just because it's common does not mean it's normal, right? And so any signals your body's giving you that's not a signal of feeling well is a sign that it's time to go and check out something. And I personally recommend checking out holistic practitioners, natural solutions, because I have tried all the regular medical interventions, and I have story after story of how trying medical interventions for years and then going to someone like a chiropractor or an acupuncturist, my issues were resolved like almost instantly. So this is something that's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, and I'm so happy that it's coming back up as mainstream, because you guys deserve that attention. What you're doing is amazing. I want to have you guys share how people can find you, like on the social media platforms, on your website. Please tell us.
Yes. So yeah, we're on, I mean, all social media, obviously, we're Line and Flow Chiropractic, that you can follow us on Instagram. We try to keep up with that. So we're always posting things about events and things we're doing. Our link on our Instagram is right to our website. So you can check us out, at alignandflowchiropractic.com. You can book online. All of our information is on both our social and website. If you want to just reach out, even just to have a quick phone call to see if we can help you or answer any questions. You can also book online, and then we're right downtown. So we're right off, we're 805 East Broward Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale.
And our phone number is 954-551-3346.
Awesome. I'm going to add all your information in the description section on YouTube so people can find you. So check out the description for more information on Align and Flow Chiropractic with Dr. Connor and Dr. Emma. Thank you so much for being our guest today. And thank you to Cordera, T-Art of Billwell Magazine and Manifest for Media for being my co-host. This was such a pleasure. Like, this was so good. I wish we could talk to you even longer, but I know you probably have some patients that are waiting on you and are in need of what you do.
Thank you, Dr. Emma. It's very much appreciated. Very enlightening conversation that I hope we get to do again, because there's more to expand on.
Us too. Yeah, thank you so much for having us. And again, it's been such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, ladies.
It's been a lot of fun.
Till next time.
Thank you.